Hello everyone, welcome back to Goodgame Empire, and today I will show you how to do good in the Nomad Invasion. So the Nomad Invasion, for those who don't know, is an event that takes place in the Green Kingdom, and you can see it outside, and it's an event where these con camps, nomad camps, will spawn outside your castle, and you have to attack them, and not only get like food and wounded stuff, but you'll also get these things, con tablets. Now, for every con tablet you get, you'll get a single con point. And once you get enough con points, you can get a certain reward. What rewards you get depends on your level, but once you reach, I think it is level 50, you start only getting silver. I forget what it's called, like silver metal pieces, I think, or silver and gold pieces, as well as a few other things. Like once you reach level 70, you can get building materials. Oh, and troops. So they actually recently changed the Nomad Invasion. It used to be that you would only get silver pieces, and every ninth reward would be a gold piece that's equal to the amount of silver pieces you've gotten up to that point. But now it's changed, so where the first three rows will always be silver pieces, and the fifth reward will always be gold. But you can now get soldiers, upgrade and construction tokens, as well as crafting materials. And again, all this goes for your alliance, so there's rewards for that as well. So, once you get said con tablets, you can actually spend them here in exchange for rewards. Now, it used to be that you could get a lot of coins from each con tablet. It was like 25,000, but now it's not possible. So I prefer to spend them on coins. And yes, I know I should have sold that I should have bought 570 of them for the season event, but whatever. So there's another thing that didn't spawn this time. Maybe it got removed with the update, I'm not sure. But it's a con camp. Now the con camp is this giant building that would spawn next to your alliance leader's main castle. And if your alliance was strong enough, you could actually attack the con camp. I'm pretty sure only a level 70 in an alliance could attack it, though I may be wrong on that one. I'm not sure. So, what would you do is you would attack it and you would get con tablets and such, but you would also build up rage. And once you got enough rage, you could have you would have the con camp send an attack. If you got 1500 rage, you could use it to have the con camp send an attack. And if you beat the attack, you would get con tablets or con medals, which could be exchanged for rewards. And for everyone you got, you would get 7 con points. Now, I'm going to show you how I like to attack a con or nomad camp. So as you can see, I have two powerful relic commanders, the huntsman and the mercenary. So what I like to do is I like to use either one. I'm going to use the mercenary for this example. So what I'll do is I'll manually turn off all the tool types. This one is these four: event, elite, premium, and basic. Then I have the autofill selected wave with attack units and tools, because all the tools are not allowed. It just sends units. Then I'll manually check over each one to see if that's if I want to send attacker ranged defenders. In this case, they're all good. So what I do is in the ones where I send ranged attackers, or if there happen to be a lot of or if there was a lot of ranged defenders, but I sent melee troops, I would use shield walls, because I'm kind of running low on mantlets and I don't have a lot of rolling shields, to negate the enemy's range defense to 0. Now, if I didn't need to use those on one flank, it doesn't really matter which, I would use 20 tree trunk ladders to make sure I got more con tablets, yeah. Because as you can see, for each one of these you get plus 3% to looted con tablets. And then I would go to my next wave and autofill this preset that has 20 con tablets and 20 and 20, what are these actually called? Fire cards. So from that, I would get an extra 180% looted con tablets. So I'm going to send out my attack. I'm just going to use a racehorse to speed this up. Normally I'd use just a regular horse. I don't really need any specific resources. Now another thing about it is that it also applies for the Kingdoms League. Now as you can see, I'm fighting like mega ultra pros in the Kingdoms League. I'm pretty sure, like I'm in 26th. He's probably in 25th or so. Depends how close we are, and I don't even know where he is. So yeah, I'm fighting some really hard opponents. And the Kingdom League is like a subject for a whole other video. But so yes, the amount of com points you get, which again for every con tablet, you get 1 com point. That determines how many that determines your score here. And if you come first, you get this gold medal. Second, you get a silver medal. Third, you get bronze medal. And then everyone else gets like glass medals and stone ones and whatever. I'm actually gonna go over the rewards. There we go. In the con shop or Nomad shop. Not actually sure what it's called. Yeah, again, my computer's been very laggy today. I'm not even sure what's up with it. So, in the Hero to the Invasion tent, you can find this thing called the reward section, where in exchange for your con tablets, you can sell different items. Now, the only things here that are worth getting, in my opinion, now the village tokens, you should find sand. There isn't much of that. Farming tools are really easy to get, so I don't bother with them. Silver pieces, I would buy them, but the exchange rate is horrific. Like, what the hell? As I mentioned beforehand, I usually buy coins just because you don't get a lot of them anymore. Units, I mean, maybe if you're like running really low on units and you need to rebuild quickly, maybe, but almost always no. And never buy these dire wolves. Like, they're so, like, what? That's like, why? It's 23.4 con tablets for a single dude. For reference, a single veteran saber cleaver is 4.5 con tablets per dude. Some other things here that can be good. Bodkin arrowheads, early game until you get stronger defense tools. Horse steel standards before you start getting silver pieces, because then you can just buy these with silver pieces. Inline powder bombs are also really good. They're the second strongest defense tool in the game, behind quick line powder bombs, which are just these. But instead of melee soldiers, defense plus 33%, it's 43%. Now, what makes them good is that there's no tool that counters them like there is with mantlets and ranged. But I have enough of these, and also I've kind of surpassed them with quicklime powder bombs. But before you get quicklime powder bombs, they can be nice. Pretty sure you can get the ability to buy those at the, I'm not sure what the building's called actually. The Master Blacksmith at level 70 for silver pieces. Now, scrolling down, transport yachts, it's 15 con tablets for, 200 extra resources? That's a terrible exchange rate. Same thing with the war horns. I mean, like, war horns could be better spent on other tools. I mean, they might maybe have a use for when it's like, for if you have a defender who has a lot of dudes on the wall, but no tools or such, then they might be useful, but then probably not. I mean, like, how often is that going to happen? Now, these public order buildings are an absolute scam. Like 150,000 cotton tablets, that's a war crime. So yeah, never buy these. They are not worth your money. Again, all the build items here are temporary, so you'll lose them in less than a week. So again, they're kind of a scam. You do buy the scimitar or scimitar. I'm not sure you pronounce that once, but not because I use it. It's because I can sell it for 50,000 coins, or no, not 50, 12,000 coins, which is a better exchange rate than with just buying coins regularly. So for selling this for 50 con tablets, or buying this for 50 con tablets, I'll get 12,000 coins. As for just buying coins, I would get 7,500. The armor, I did buy the Sound North Castone set before I got relic units, and honestly, it was not a good choice. I don't really get attacked a lot because I focus a lot on defense. So yeah, that was kind of a waste. And then there's the rewards in the con metal shop, but that's closed apparently. I do remember there's like build items, I think silver pieces. I don't really remember. A lot of also crafting materials. So now it's time to talk about these rewards. So for a top 25 alliance, for top 25 players, you get a pirate sawmill for 4 days and upgrade tokens, which is nice. Top 5, you get a very powerful build item or public order item and some construction tokens. For the victor, you get a level 4 Sundial of the Galleon, which adds 6 additional waves. It lasts for 12 days and has no gem slot, which means you cannot embed gems into it, as well as some skeet, which I think is used in like very late game research or Hall of Legends. Yeah, I think it's Hall of Legends. Now, and for the alliance, it's top 25 alliances get Epic's Pirate Sawmill, which is slightly weaker than the legendary Pirate Sawmill. 70 upgrade tokens. Top 5 gets Holy Nomad Hero Turtle, a 3,500 public order, very powerful, and 28 construction tokens, as well as the Son of the Galleon level 3 for 10 days. Doesn't have a gem slot, which adds 5 additional waves and some skeet, 100 skeet. So as you can see, I've actually gotten lucky, managed to get myself into a solid alliance. It's number 16th, Stein Phoenix. So you may be wondering about this thing. Now, at the beginning of the event, you can select easy, easy plus, intermediate, or intermediate plus. There's also a few more modes that you have to like buy or purchase with rubies. But this determines how hard the camps are going to be. So there's like different levels of units and tools. Now, I probably should have gone with intermediate plus, but because I never played the con camp this way, I wanted to play it safe and just went with intermediate. So, yeah. Intermediate starts with camps level 30 and they max at 40, but which means you don't get a lot of stuff from them, but they do have a lot of resources. Or, no, they're very weak. They don't have a lot of resources. So, maybe I'm not sure why you don't get less coins for them. It used to be you got like 25k. Maybe it's because like I attack lower level ones, so I get worse stuff, or they just made a change. I'm not sure. So yeah, that's I think everything. I should probably go over like their defense setups and just what you get from them. So as you can see, you can get gems and just equipment. You can't get time skips or rubies from them. You also get con tablets, wood, stone, food, coins, as well as iron ore if you're past level 70, which is pretty good. You also get a little bit of experience, no honor or anything. Now let's go over their defensive setups. So they'll almost always, like 99% of the time, cover all of the like attacks sections of the wall. So if they have a lot of melee defenders, you want to use ranged attackers, and if they have a lot of ranged units, and if they have a lot of like melee units, but also a lot of range, you're gonna want to use some mantlets, or in my case, shield walls, and their tools are either lime powder bombs of various levels. I think I've seen levels 1, 2, and 3, and bodkin arrowheads of various levels. Again, I've seen levels 1, 2, and 3. Now, if they have not a lot of units, you can probably just use whatever is slightly weaker. Here, they had basically no melee or troops and a little bit of range, so I just went with melee. And in cases where they have very little ranged, but very little melee, I still say go for ranged, but don't use mantlets because it's just a waste of your resources. Sometimes they'll have soldiers in the courtyard, sometimes not. This time they did. Now, one thing to explain is that 4 of these will spawn every time at 4 different locations. They'll always take about 3 minutes to reach, depending on your travel speed and such. And once before they reach their max level, you can attack them every time, and each time they level up and thus change their defensive setup. But you can attack them immediately afterwards. And but eventually they'll hit their max level, at which point you have to wait an hour, or just wait an hour, skip with rubies, or use a time skip. Never skip with rubies, by the way. It's a scam. It's like 5 rubies per second of skip. It's stupid. So one strategy to get a lot of con tablets is to use some con tablet boosting tools, as also using a mild amount of time skips. Like if your position in the Kingdom League is going to come down to the wire, you may want to use some of those to ensure it, which is what I did today. So there's also the Nomad Hunters camp, where you can buy like anti-con tools that can only be used in this event. Again, I don't really think they're worth it. Maybe Nomad Piggy Banks, which increase your coins as well as I think experience, though it doesn't say that there. But otherwise, I don't really recommend them. And as you can see, the 4 of these cannot be attacked for, and this one 50 minutes. And as you can see, it won for 1 second, and it lost 3 rubies. So it's 3 rubies per second, which is still a lot. So here are the 4 con camps, each of their 4 locations. Sometimes the locations will range, like you may have one here or something, but they'll always be close by. Sometimes you'll have one spawn like here, which is kind of annoying because you can't find it. But yeah, that's it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Oh, one thing I forgot. There's also a few commanders who can like give you specific con related boosts. Like as you can see, you have strength in the courtyard against nomad targets. There's also a few legendary, I think it is, unique commanders that gives certain boosts. There aren't a lot of them, and they aren't particularly good, but they're out there, just FYI. And of course, the Marauder does apply to them. So again, hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I will see you in the next one.